what's good? It's my sorry. It's your girl Amanda, right? And right now, I'm sitting in my room and I have leftovers because I just came back from a birthday dinner. And if you hear that sound in the back, it's my AC because it's a little hot up in here, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, and so I decided, let me do like a mukbang, like, you know, story time or whatever, and then edit it and get it up for you guys. So majority of you guys I know right now, my subscribers are my friends, and so not all my friends know this. And for all the people who are new, yes, my name is Amanda. And yeah, and so I have like some food right here, my leftovers. I have some pasta, broccoli, and some veggie meat because, you know, I'm vegetarian. Fun fact. So yeah, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do a mukbang and give you guys a story time. And so this story time is, I'm gonna tell you about the time that I drowned. I didn't technically drown, now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't technically drown because I could swim, y'all. Swim. But, you know, let me just get into a story. So, it was last summer, right? And for my friends, oh, actually, no. It was 2 summers ago, summer of 2016. My best friend, it was her birthday. And so, she invited me to come with her and her family to a place here in the USA called Camelback Resort. Y'all should all go there. It's really nice. They have an outdoor and an indoor park, and we went to the outdoor park for the day, you know. So we drove up there. It's actually in Pennsylvania, and we drove up there from where we live. Met with her at, oh my gosh, I saw this picture, I'm like, yo, that looks, anyway. So I met with her at her house and drove with her family, and also her neighbors because they came as well. So yeah, let me tell you. So we get there, we go on so many different rides, y'all. And when we first got there, we went in the wave pool. And, you know, I love me some wave pools and, you know, I'm tall or whatever. I'm 5'9", so I put myself in the deep end. Not the deep end, because the deep end is 8 feet, y'all. And I promise you, I could swim. I can't really swim, but I could swim. So, we went in the water, came out, went on some more rides, and that was that. So, by the end, like, it was close to closing time or close to the time that we wanted to go home. Her family wanted to go home. You know what I mean? We've been out there all day. So, I'm like, all right. So, where it was, there was 2 rides. There was the vortex and there was something else. I don't know. But the other ride, like, you could go with 2 people or you could go with 1 person and you were in a floaty and you're all good. But the other ride was you by your lonesome, and basically, like, it's a vortex. And you know what a vortex is, you know what I'm saying? It goes into, that being said, we went on the other ride. It was me, one of my best friends, and her sister. And we're on the ride, and we went down, and when we were up there, like, waiting online to go on the ride that we were gonna go on, that was next to the vortex, she was like, oh my gosh, like, if you go on that ride, you gotta know how to swim. And I'm like, I could go on that ride, like, I don't mind, like, I'll go on the ride, because I'm like, she was like, you can swim. I was like, yeah, girl, I can swim. Mind you, we gonna keep, like, this is gonna be our motto. Amanda don't swim, she stands. She don't float, she stands. Like, that's my thing. Like, I do not know how to swim. Like, if you put me in water, I could stand up and I could be breathing all good in the hood or whatever, and I could, you know, do my little mermaid H2O, just add water under the water. But when it's time for me to get to a deep end or to actually allow myself to float, like if I was in like a river or the ocean or something, or the beach, I just can't do it. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll do it or whatever. And she's like, girl, you was brave. And I'm like, I know I am. Shoot. So after we go on that ride, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on the vortex. So they're waiting for me down at the bottom, and I'm up there. And you know, it's like God was speaking to me, y'all. He was speaking to me because he sent one of his angels. There was a boy in front of me. I will never forget. He talked to me. He was so sweet, such a sweet boy. He said, do you know how to swim? And I was like, yeah. He's like, because I know how to swim. And, you know, he was talking it up, y'all. He was like, I could swim. And I'm like, all right, yeah, you do your thing, boy. You do your thing, brother. And so the woman it was like another angel. It was like God just said warning signs to me like, Amanda, you can't swim. But I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to listen. So the lifeguard at the top of the slide, because you know how they have their walkie-talkies and they have to communicate with the guy at the, or the woman or the male at the bottom of the slide. So she was like, sweetie, you know how to swim? He was like, yeah. Y'all, I saw the boy go down the slide. Like, mind you, like, it wasn't an open slide from the top. It's like, it's covered, whatever. And so I'm like, it's my turn, and I see him go down. And then I hear on the walkie-talkie, another one needed help. If this brother said, because mind you, I forgot to tell y'all that when it drops you, excuse me, it's like 7, it was like 6.5, 7 feet. So it was like another one. I'm like, yo, if this brother, he can't swim now, it's downhill from here. But I'm like, Amanda, you got this. Y'all, once I got in that slide, I'm not eating. Like, oh my gosh, let me eat something. You know, your girl is hungry. Well, actually, I'm not hungry, but I'm hungry. You know. Anyway. Once I got on the slide, I prayed so much. Like, that was the most I've ever prayed in my entire life. I started praying. And so basically it's like a slide that connects into like a toilet bowl. That's how I can picture it. In the toilet bowl at the bottom of the hole is that 6.5 foot water. So y'all, it puts you around like 3 times. So I'm praying. And then like every swimmer knows, like, you just drop to the bottom, jump up. So it splat me out. And I went to the bottom, got back up, and I saw the light, y'all. I saw the light. And it wasn't God's light. It was just the light, you know, daylight. And I'm like, okay, I'm good or whatever. Then I'm like, oh shoot. Like, I'm losing my footing and I can't do it no more. So I'm like, oh shoot. Like, I'm screwed. I am literally screwed. I can't swim. So I'm like, all right. So then I just feel something in the water, and it was a stick. They were putting out the stick to me because I kept jumping up. I like actually saw them putting the stick out, and I kept jumping up like so I could get some air, somebody could see me. Father, can you hear me? Mama, all that stuff, right? And finally, because like I said earlier, I could like do my H2O thing. So I did my H2O thing, and I swam to that stick. And when I got to, as I apologize for my bad English, the word is swam, not swum. That stick, y'all. I was just like, I was acting like I was fronting, y'all. I cannot lie. I was fronting when I came out that water. But then when I saw my friend and her sister, like, it's like I felt God in me, because my legs were trembling. Like, I could barely walk because I just felt my light flash before my eyes. Like, I saw it flash. And they're laughing at me like, I thought you could swim. And I'm just sitting here like, damn, I should have not done that. Like, I would never do that in my entire life. But that was the first time, guys. Right after, because I was saying it like that was I remember. I almost drowned again. So right after that, they were like, okay, let's just go to the wave pool. We went to the rest of her family, and they started telling me like, what happened or whatever. So they're like, yeah, she almost drowned, and she said she could swim, whatever. So we get in the wave pool, and we went towards like 5 feet and 9 inches, or 5 feet and 5 inches, or whatever. And so I was like, all right. So I went, and I was like having a good time. But then they were like, wave times. Yo, earlier that day when I went in the wave pool the first time when we had went, yo, I saw a girl float to 8 feet, and they had to stop and go get her. And that was about to be me this time. I was in the water, and they put on the waves, and these waves are like nothing I've ever seen. They were like soul surfer waves, like adrift waves. Like, I was like, I can't do this no more. And I just look over to my left, because I'm like this, holding on to the side, trying not to be pulled in. And I just feel myself going under the water. And I look to my left, and I see my friend and her dad and her brother floating away. I'm like, shoot, what am I supposed to do? Because I cannot save you. But you know what? I thought I was Captain America real quick. I really did. Because I don't know what, I let go and I go. But as I was trying to go after them, the water just started going over my head. And every time I tried to get back up, I kept going down until I finally said, help. And then I felt the water slowing down. I just felt it slowing. And I'm like, I'm ready. Peter in the storm, Peter in the storm, Peter, right? And the lifeguard, I look up and I'm like to Shaylin, that's my friend and her family. I'm like, y'all okay? And I look up to my right and I see a man. And he's like, it was a lifeguard.
If you can't swim, don't go past the red line.
And I'm looking like, I was like this. Shaylin, he talking to you? Because he not talking to me. He's like, you to me. I'm like, yo, like, people are so disrespectful these days. Like, you already know I feel shamed. I feel ashamed. I feel shame from time. And you like, you pointed me out, brother? And it was my Wakanda brother. And he's still pointing me out. But it's alright. But that is the story time of how I lost my life. Almost lost my life. Not once, but twice. And yeah, like, it was... After that, like, I had a phobia of water. Like, I just didn't go in the water. I was like, all right, I'm done. I got to, like, the very tip of the water, like, 1 foot. Like, I went there, and I was with her family, and her mom was like, girl, we need to get out of it like that. And I was like, you know what? You're so right. Like, I almost lost my life 2 times. I'm going to get out. And... yeah, that was basically it. Like, we went home, and that is a story that we definitely keep in our hearts today. We do. And next time, like, they know, like, Amanda, you're not going in the water because your mama wants you back home safe. And so, yeah, that's basically my story time. So I hope y'all enjoyed this, you know, detrimental thing. And not touch my food, because this food is barely touched. I only had a bite throughout this whole video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more videos, y'all. And all my friends, y'all know you love me, so subscribe. But yeah, bye.